Martell Holt has done it again, and this time things might have gone too far. What's happening right now between Martell and Melody Shari is not just another small drama from Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is something that's shaking up the entire fan community. And honestly, it's making people question just how far Martell is willing to go before he completely self-destructs. The situation has taken such a serious turn that fans and even legal experts are wondering if this could finally be the breaking point where the law steps in for good. It all started when reports began circulating that Martell had crossed a legal line. And not just any line, a line drawn by the court itself. There was supposedly a no-contact order in place between Martell and his ex-wife, Melody. This type of order is serious. It's meant to protect a person from harassment, intimidation, or unwanted contact. It's a clear boundary set by law. But Martell, in what many are calling an act of recklessness or even arrogance, apparently decided that didn't apply to him. He went ahead and broke that boundary, and the way it all unfolded left both fans and critics completely stunned. For those who followed Martell and Melody's story from the beginning, this entire situation feels like watching a once-loved power couple completely unravel. There was a time when these two were the definition of success and love in Huntsville. They built a business empire together, presented the perfect family image, and had fans rooting for their love story. But beneath that polished image was a storm of lies, betrayal, and heartbreak. Martell's affair wasn't just a secret. It became one of the biggest scandals in reality TV. His decisions not only destroyed his marriage, but left deep emotional scars on everyone involved, especially Melody. Even after all that, Melody managed to carry herself with dignity. She focused on her music, her businesses, and most importantly, her children. While Martell seemed to spiral from one controversy to another, Melody slowly started rebuilding her life. She became a symbol of strength and resilience for so many women watching her journey. But now, with these latest allegations that Martell ignored a legal order and possibly engaged in behavior that borders on harassment, people are seriously questioning what's really going on in his mind. According to several reports, after Melody met with the district attorney to discuss matters related to their ongoing custody situation, Martell allegedly demanded details about that meeting. He wanted to know exactly what was said, which is a direct violation of the court's no-contact order. But it didn't stop there. Rumors began spreading that he had been spotted near Melody's favorite places and even around her neighborhood. If true, that's more than just crossing a line. That's creating an unsafe and uncomfortable situation for Melody and her kids. Fans reacted quickly. Social media exploded with posts, opinions, and debates. Some people expressed anger, saying Martell's actions showed a total lack of respect, not only for Melody, but for the legal system itself. Others suggested that he might be spiraling mentally, unable to let go of control or accept that his old life is gone. Many pointed out that this isn't the first time Martell's behavior has raised serious concerns, but it might be the most alarming one yet. Those close to Melody have reportedly said that she's been doing everything possible to stay calm and protect her peace. She's focusing on her children and her career, while quietly taking steps to ensure her safety and follow legal procedures. An insider mentioned that Melody's patience has been tested to the limit, and that she's no longer willing to tolerate any disrespect. After years of public humiliation, she's finally standing firm and refusing to be dragged back into chaos. The contrast between these two couldn't be more clear right now. On one side, we see Melody, calm, collected, and focused. On the other, we see Martell, unpredictable, impulsive, and seemingly unable to control his emotions or actions. This latest scandal has fans saying that Martell is his own worst enemy, constantly sabotaging himself at every opportunity. But the bigger question everyone's asking is why? Why would Martell risk his reputation, his legal standing, and his relationship with his children just to push boundaries that are clearly off limits? Insiders have shared that law enforcement is now paying close attention to Martell's actions. With repeated violations of the no-contact order being reported, the consequences could be serious, including stricter probation conditions, potential jail time, or even supervised visitation with his children. The courts don't take these things lightly, especially when it involves emotional distress and safety concerns.
Meanwhile, fans have been praising Melody for how she's handling everything. Instead of clapping back online or engaging in public feuds, she's remained focused on her work. Her recent social media posts show her surrounded by family, working on new projects, and promoting positivity. That kind of quiet strength speaks volumes, especially when the world is watching you go through such public pain. People close to the situation say that Martell's actions are not random. They come from a need for control. It's almost like he can't stand the fact that Melody has found peace without him. She's glowing, she's winning, and she's rebuilding her life on her own terms. For someone who used to have the spotlight and control, that might be difficult to accept. His behavior now feels like a reaction to losing that power. It's important to remember that Martell and Melody's breakup wasn't just another reality TV storyline. It was a very public, very painful process that involved infidelity, lies, and broken trust. And for Melody, every step forward has been a fight for peace, stability, and safety. Watching her stay composed through all this is something fans deeply admire. But at the same time, many are calling for accountability. It's one thing to make mistakes in the heat of emotion, but when the court sets clear boundaries and those boundaries are ignored, it becomes a legal matter, not just a personal one. If the reports are true, Martell could be facing serious consequences this time around. Social media commentary has been wild. Hashtags about Martell and Melody have been trending across platforms, with fans split between disbelief and frustration. Some are even calling this the most intense chapter in love and marriage Huntsville history. Others are urging Melody to continue protecting herself legally and emotionally. There's also talk that the show's producers might not be happy about the situation either. Reality TV thrives on drama, yes, but there's a line between entertainment and real-life danger. If Martell's behavior is putting others at risk or crossing legal boundaries, that could spell major trouble for his career in television. The more the story unfolds, the more it feels like Martell's downfall is being written in real time. His image has already taken a huge hit from past scandals, but this one feels different. This isn't just about cheating or social media arguments. This is about respect for the law and another person's safety. Many fans have shared emotional messages online, expressing how painful it is to watch Martell continue to spiral. They remember the man who once stood beside Melody as a successful businessman, husband, and father. But that version seems long gone. Now, what remains is a man who can't seem to stop making decisions that hurt himself and the people around him. As for Melody, her silence speaks volumes. She hasn't gone online to rant or reveal private details. Instead, she's choosing peace and letting the facts speak for themselves. That kind of emotional maturity in the middle of chaos is what makes her stand out. It shows that no matter what Martell does, she refuses to let him control the narrative anymore. Behind the scenes, legal sources suggest that the court is reviewing the situation very carefully. They're looking at whether Martell violated the no-contact order and what actions might need to be taken next. If these allegations are confirmed, the court could decide to enforce stricter rules, including possible bond revocation or supervised visitation rights. The emotional toll on their children is another important part of this story. Fans have been very vocal about their concern for the kids who were caught in the middle of all this. While Melody continues to focus on giving them a stable, loving environment, Martell's actions could have long-term effects on how they view their parents and what they experience at home. It's a heartbreaking situation when public drama starts to spill over into private family life. But this is where Melody's strength truly shines. Despite everything, she keeps showing up for her kids, her work, and her supporters. Her message is clear. She's not going to let chaos win. At the same time, people close to Martell have said he seems to be in denial about how serious things have become. Instead of acknowledging his mistakes, he reportedly continues to act as if nothing's wrong, flaunting his lifestyle on social media and engaging in behavior that only fuels the public's criticism. This attitude has made fans even more frustrated. Some believe that Martell's actions come from insecurity, a fear of losing relevance or control. The more Melody glows up, the more desperate he seems to become for attention. But if that's true, it's a dangerous game to play, especially when legal consequences are involved. The community in Huntsville has also been buzzing with conversation. People have reportedly seen Martell around certain areas, sparking speculation that he's not following court restrictions. Local news outlets have even started covering the situation, mixing real reports with the kind of sensational coverage that only fuels the gossip further. It's become a modern cautionary tale, one that reminds everyone watching that fame and ego can quickly destroy what took years to build. Martell had success, love, and a family that fans admired. But every reckless decision has chipped away at that image, leaving behind controversy after controversy. Legal analysts have started to weigh in, saying that if Martell continues down this path, he could face more than just bad headlines. Violating a court order is a serious offense, and repeated violations could directly impact his custody rights. The court could see it as a sign that he can't respect boundaries, which is especially concerning when children are involved. For Melody, this might be exhausting, but she continues to hold her head high. Her quiet confidence has turned her into an inspiration for many who've gone through similar struggles. Instead of engaging in endless battles, she's choosing to protect her peace. That's something powerful. It's her way of winning without saying a word. Still, fans are worried that Martell won't stop until something major happens. Many believe that unless the legal system steps in firmly, he'll continue pushing limits. That's why people are watching the situation so closely, because everyone wants to know whether Martell will finally face the consequences of his actions, or if he'll somehow escape accountability once again. The longer the story unfolds, the more it feels like watching two completely different paths. Melody is walking toward peace, healing, and success. Martell, on the other hand, seems to be walking straight into chaos of his own making. It's sad, but it's also a powerful reminder of how choices shape our lives. At this point, fans are divided. Some still hope Martell will turn things around and get help, while others have lost faith entirely. They feel like they've seen this pattern too many times before. For Melody, however, this is about survival and boundaries. After years of hurt, she's protecting her future. In the end, this isn't just another TV scandal. It's a real story about accountability, ego, and resilience. It's about how one person's decisions can tear everything apart, and how another person can still rise from the wreckage with strength and grace. Melody's silence isn't weakness, it's power. And Martell's chaos isn't entertainment anymore. It's a warning.